Welcome to The Patty Show. My name is Patty Settiati, and in this podcast, we'll explore the crossing point of the three P's: passion, pleasure, and positivity, and how they can lead you to your own personal paradise. We'll chat with inspiring guests, share practical tips, and dive into stories that will empower you to live your best life. Let's get the Patty Party started.
Welcome back to The Patty Show, everybody. Woohoo! Yeah, wow, great audience. Very strong audience.
Very strong.
Today. Wow, I feel the energy. It's magnetic. It's powerful. She's her. But welcome, y'all. Episode 85 of The Patty Show. Energy speaks first. You know who it is. It's your boy. It's Patty Settiati, your host. And I have the honor, the privilege of showing you all multi-passionate people that I had the pleasure of connecting with. They bring positivity to this world and they inspire you to pursue your personal paradise. That's a lot of P's right there. I always get out of breath after that one, as if I'm doing like a ab exercise.
Oh God.
Teaser of what's to come. Anyway, before we continue on this, it's gonna be a fun episode, y'all. I'm so hyped. I've been waiting for this episode. Let's just say that. Shout out to my last guest, my Filipino-Japanese brother, Anthony, man, my co-star in this commercial that we did. You know, NDA, so we can't really say too much, but the vibes, this guy's a karaoke man.
Love it.
Military kid that became part of the military. Thank you for your service in the Air Force. But now he's a thespian. He's an artist, actor. He did work in like the finance consulting, I believe. He has some financial advice on that episode that was actually pretty good. So you guys should check it out if you want to become a billionaire. Clip that. Okay. But thank you again, Anthony. We're gonna all hang out soon. All my homies at that shoot. But it was a really great episode. And speaking of great episode, finally, everybody, episode 85. Wow. Okay. My guest today is the definition of hardworking. She's full of joy, multi-hyphenated, okay? A passionate storyteller with the best gym style. No, for real, like she always comes with a different fit. I'm like, how? She's a co-founder of an amazing production company that dedicates their work to elevate women's voices in entertainment and beyond. Some great projects out there, y'all. She is organized, genuine, and keeps up with my intense workouts all the time, her and her sister. The inspiring Nikki Friedberg, everybody. Woo! Welcome to The Patty Show.
Thank you.
Thank you for coming.
Thank you for having me.
Of course. If you could give, a little background, hobbies, passions, how we know each other, the floor is yours. Do your thing.
Man, trauma there.
We're just gonna start from there. That's how we know each other. Trauma.
You inflict it.
There we go.
Starfish crunches are not my favorite, but I'm learning to love them. Background, grew up on the East Coast. We did on that. Love the East Coast.
Yes.
And then moved down south when I was a teenager, which was an adjustment culturally.
I mean, Georgia and Jersey, similar sounding, but completely different, y'all.
The walking pace alone is so different. Like walking through the school hallways, I was like, why is no one in a rush? I was like, you need to get to class. And they're like,
no.
It'll be there. Like the class is
the class will be there.
And I was like, no, I don't know this. So that was like the first culture shock. And then I went to college in Pittsburgh, which I always describe as like East Coast feel in terms of like look.
Okay.
But very much Midwestern like attitudes in terms of like everyone's really sweet and like they want to go out of their way to help you and they're so welcoming. And then
different than Jersey?
Different than Jersey in terms of like less of people aren't in as much of a rush. But definitely a little more of a rush than Georgia.
Yeah, okay. So they're that in between.
So like a bit in between.
Wow, that's fascinating.
Yeah,
you lucked
yeah.
out to get that in between.
I really did. And then I ended up moving to LA for grad school, and I've been here ever since because I was really interested in entertainment. Like, that's where the entertainment industry, so that's where I should go.
Absolutely.
And kind of brought all the different things that I learned from all those different places with me here. And it's been cool because LA is such a melting pot that like because I've lived in a few different places, I can kind of get along with anyone, and I normally have common ground with a lot of different people, which is awesome. So that's been nice, and yeah, that's a super abbreviated version, but
We'll, of
that's
course,
pretty
flesh
much
it out
it.
more, and that's why we have the flower section of the Patty Show. I'll ask the producer for like a budget increase, but he's kind of broke right now. Let me talk to him after this. But flowers to you, y'all. You don't understand. This girl right here. The energy you bring on those early morning workouts that we do. It's just so radiant, so positive. Her sister too. I wish she was here. She's gonna have an episode soon. Our girl over there. I have her little trinket over there. The koala Tyrone in the top corner, and your all thank you cards. The cutest thing ever for the holidays. I have so much appreciation for you, and like I said, the positivity you bring, the motivation because you get how hard the entertainment industry is,
Yeah.
and also like just you deal with all my crap because let's run it back to how we know each other, okay?
Wow.
So who am I to you?
Well, now you're a friend, but it started out as you were my and my sister's personal trainer through the gym that we go to.
Yes, the torture man himself, Patty.
Yeah. That's accurate.
Very much so, very much so. But the first time we met, this is from my perspective, okay?
Okay.
More flowers again. This is all good stuff. Well, at first, it was more intimidation because I think I started, it's almost 2 years actually since I started
Yeah.
working there. So I was like a little newbie trainer. I'm like, oh, I'm so nervous. I don't know how to handle everyone's different personalities, if they'll like me, if they'll listen and all that stuff. But because, these two intimidating, strong ladies coming in, I'm like, oh my
We're
goodness.
so small.
They don't have to know that. We're the same height on the. But like, you guys have that aura that like when you're in the room, you guys know.
Thank
The
you.
Friedbergs, like legitimately, y'all, when you see them in person, when we have Patty Show live show coming soon, the presence you guys have is just like a powerful one. I mean, we talk about Alina being 6'5"
Yeah, I would say
energy.
she has tall girl energy.
She does, and you
Yeah.
have it as well.
Oh, thank you.
But the first time I met y'all, I really was like, damn, this is intimidating. Two people in the same time. I was like, what? That was my first. This is literally my
Fair.
first like impression. I'm like, two people at the same time. These two girls look fitter than me, to be honest. I'm like, okay, what am I gonna train with them? And then you guys were just so warm. We connected on the whole East Coast thing, the entertainment stuff. We laughed so much, like
Yeah.
and you guys just kept coming back, and then now it's been like almost approaching 2 years. Yeah, it's crazy. Like
In a few months, it'll be 2 years.
yeah, that's actually crazy. So you guys have been consistent with me, and it shows. All the guns, okay.
Thank you.
All the workouts, and that's why I give her the Starfish Crunch. I give them both the Starfish Crunch, and if you guys don't know what that is,
I'm not gonna show.
I was ready, guys. Maybe I'll make a clip of
I'm
me.
off today.
Yeah, of me doing it, I guess. But yeah, y'all, back flats. You try to make a starfish position on the mat or on the floor, wherever you can. You can do it anywhere actually. So you could technically do it here. If you're watching, you should do it. I'll count 1 Patty minute.
That's the problem. It's the patty count.
Yes.
Like the Starfish Crunch is hard. Don't get me wrong, but your time moves at like half the speed of what actual time moves at.
I just operate at PST, Patty Settiati time. That's what can I say?
Yeah.
Or Patty Showtime, I guess. Patty Showtime.
It's all of the above.
All of
It's brutal.
It is very brutal, but it's brutal because they do it in such great form. I sound like a gaslighter now saying that, but it's true because how you guys do it is like back flat, legs pretty straight and trying to touch the amazing stylish shoes. Shout out Hoka and Asics, Asics, right?
I wear A6. Yeah.
Sponsor the Patty Show. I wear both those shoes now because of these girls. So you better hook me up, at Patty Settiati Fitness. All the random plugs out there. But yeah, no, that's why it's so hard because, she's really reaching. And the main thing is you really want to use more of the core than just like the swinging the hip flexors and the legs and the arms because you could just do toe taps and doesn't feel that much. And one minute of PST, is
Like 2 real people minutes.
of course. And we do the fun one where I give you guys half the time.
That's
I'm not lying though. I do give half the time.
it's half the time, but it's with a surprise.
They're just gonna expose it. All my future clients, sorry, don't watch this part.
Stability challenge.
Stability,
I'll
thank
leave it
you,
at
thank you,
that.
thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. Thank you, I love you. Oh, you killing me already. Yes, stability, because you guys are stable in my life. Look how deep that is.
We have to work for it though, apparently.
Yeah, for real. But yeah, y'all, Starfish Crunch, y'all should try it out. 1 minute, and then after take a rest, and then 30 seconds with the end is a little bonus. If you know, you know.
It is very effective in building core strength. It's just,
Yes, because let's just say we took a class together too, where they tortured me back.
You know what? It felt so good.
Oh
I just
man.
think everyone should get a taste of their own medicine at some point, and so that was really just like vindicating.
Yes, I regret it a little bit, but I'm also grateful. Funny enough, when I was checking my notifications because I had Do Not Disturb,
Yeah.
the whole class was like, "You should book your next appointment." I swear to God, and I'm like, Nikki,
The
did you?
universe knew.
Literally, I'm like, Nikki, did you tell them that you were coming today?
I wish I had.
Because
I could've, but
I'll show you the text later. I'm like, there's no way. They send it to me like periodically, right?
lucky day, I guess.
Literally.
Yeah.
And I also got an audition request. So you want look at me. But I said, please, all the blessings, all the blessings. Except for that blessing. No, forget about the Pilates. But yo, I did Pilates with the girls and they were not breaking a sweat. I'm dying. I'm like complaining. I'm like, ladies. I think I'm wearing the socks actually. Yeah. The Pilates.
Yeah.
I have
great.
yeah, they're really good actually for
I
socks.
love them.
They're so cozy. I didn't love the Pilates. Pilates or patties.
Love
Oh
Pilates.
my goodness, y'all are.
We also
amazing.
didn't even take him to the hardest class.
Wow, don't tell them that. No.
It is, but you're working your body in a totally different way. So the first time especially is really hard because you're
my
also
God.
just trying to figure out like what you're doing.
Yeah,
But it's great. It's good for stability.
it is. It is. Maybe I should do more of my own. Well, the thing is, I can't like do my own Starfish Crunch on myself. Like that's like clone myself. That would be kind of. That's like masochist energy.
I can do the stability challenge.
Oh,
for you.
let's move on to the next one. Let's move on to the. But honestly, that's the beauty of like fitness. Like, there's something for everybody.
Yeah.
Pilates, if you don't like it, there's personal training with Patty. You know what I'm saying? At Patty Settiati Fitness on Instagram, TikTok, Facebook, all that. Or you can also just go for a walk, go for a hike. There's all different types of things. Legree,
Legree, yeah.
like the next level of Pilates.
It's like, so Legree and Pilates enthusiasts will think that they're very, very different, and I maybe raked over
Oh.
the coals for this. They're
Did you?
pretty similar. The machines are slightly different, and like definitely the movements are different, but it's similar in terms of like slow is better and harder.
Okay.
And it's all about stability and core work. And if you are not engaging the right muscles, you're just gonna fall.
You're wrecked. Yeah.
You don't really want to do.
Uh-huh.
But Legree is intense in like a whole other way from Pilates. But I really like both of them. I'm new to Legree, but I like both of them. I mean, talk about form mattering. Like if you aren't paying attention to your form, you can definitely get hurt. So it is really important that you like have that foundation before you do it, and that you listen to your body. Like every day is going to be different. Some
Absolutely.
days you can do the advanced version, and some days you need the modified version. If you need the modified version, do the modified version, or you can hurt yourself. But it's nice because they are really easy to modify, and I love that about them.
Well, it's like the student becoming the teacher right there. The sensei arigato. Everything she just said, I completely agree. She listens. She pays attention.
No, but you're great about that because if I like am prone to injury, and I had an injury that I've been nursing since you met me, as you know, and some days the injury is totally fine, and other days the injury needs a lot of nursing, and you're very good at modifying and like going with the flow. And some days I don't even know ahead of time. Like I just wake up and it's not feeling good, and so I can't even give you a text message in advance to be like, by the way, I can't do this type of thing. So I'll just walk in, I'll be like, off the table today, and you're like, no worries, and we just pivot. And I appreciate that because some people would want to push me, and then I would hurt myself more.
And it takes you back even more, to be honest with you.
Yeah, it does. And I would not keep training with you if you did that because I don't want to injure myself further.
Well, I'll pay you later for that testimonial. I appreciate you. Thank you. And I just need to keep giving more flowers because you guys sent me an amazing video testimonial on my Instagram
Oh my God,
at Patty
about that.
Settiati Fitness. Y'all are the best. That video has so many views too, actually. So keep liking that one.
really?
Yeah, it's like, I think 2,000 or something.
Amazing.
It's pretty good. So, I didn't pay them, guys. I promise. Okay? Now I'm good. Like, that was so heartwarming. I love all the stuff that y'all said. And, it really impacted me. Hopefully, impacted people to just get that movement in. There's exercise for everybody, and there's people out there to help you. There's not scummy trainers out there. There are scummy trainers out there. No tea. I'm not gonna say who's who, but who's not.
This guy.
Thank you very much. Arigato. But yeah, let's go through your life. She's just promoting. I appreciate you. She's a real one. Jersey time. Okay, you were there before you left around 12 years old, around that?
I was like 13 and a half, actually.
Damn, very
almost
specific.
exactly.
Oh my goodness. And then younger sibling in Jersey.
I'm the younger sibling, yeah.
Oh my goodness. How's the dynamic like with you and your sister for the people that don't know?
Oh.
Yeah, 'cause I think we need to explain that too, yeah.
We're really close.
Very, very close.
We're
In the
very
best way
close.
possible.
We've always been really close, to the point where someone once asked my mom, like, what's your secret? How you get them to get along so well? Because we never really had the thing where we were like screaming at each other or ripping each other's hair out.
Yeah.
Like we just like didn't do that. I mean, we'd have like disagreements, but it was never like knockdown, drag out fights, never. And my mom's response was that it was because we shared a room. I don't know if that's true, to be honest. I give a lot of credit to Elena, my sister, because when I was born, she wanted a sibling. Like she was excited to have a sibling.
What's your gap, by the way?
3 years.
3 years, okay.
And she was just excited and enthusiastic about it.
Yeah.
And I think that made a huge difference. I know that there are some siblings who like it's a really hard transition to go from being an only child to then sharing the attention of your parents. As a younger sibling, I can only imagine. Like I would have been terrible at that.
Yeah.
So good thing it wasn't me. But she was like really excited about it, and I do think that helped.
Impacted it. Yeah, you're constant. Mm-hmm.
And she's also just like, she's good. She's like
Flowers to her.
She's even keeled when I'm not. So
I like that, even keeled. Look at you, okay?
we balance each other out.
Writer.
And we're very similar in the ways that matter, but we're also very different. So we have enough of that like mix that we get along and we're still close.
Y'all complement each other really well. Like, seriously, like, even like, that's why I do a lot of supersets with them, because they also complement strength-wise and like mobility. It's like, it's so easy to work with y'all because you guys also like can handle the pain together. Let's just say that, and the tolerance, and you guys are both disciplined in the same way, and you guys hold each other accountable, which is such one of the best things to see siblings that like, push each other, but also like, hey, are you feeling today? Checking up on each other, and if one person's sick, you're taking care of them, and it's beautiful. I love that bond that you guys have.
Yeah, it's a good one. I'm very grateful for it. It's like the best thing ever, and I did nothing for it except I got really lucky to be born into that.
Wow, we love it, and that's how you guys survive Jersey. Sorry, I don't want to put too much stuff to Jersey. I love Jersey.
I love Jersey.
You were
northern.
Oh my God, the
Jersey. So I grew up with like the best bagels in my hometown. I swear, I'm not even kidding.
You gotta tell me the name because I love bagels, yo.
I'll tell you offline because I can't let people like.
Oh no, you can't.
Then I'll never get back in.
Oh, you're right.
Because it is a smaller like bagel shop, but I kid you not, they're the best bagels I've ever had.
I gotta go.
And it's one of the best parts of my childhood.
Man, shout out to Bagels and Elena.
Yeah.
Shout out Bagels and Elena. She's still with us. Don't worry, guys. I don't know why.
She's traveling.
She's traveling. She's not physically.
She's alive.
She's doing everything.
Well.
Boss lady. We love her.
She is a boss.
But yeah, no, because the bagels in LA are like not good.
They're not as good. I've found like a couple places that like they do the job when you need them to.
But see, that when you said do the job, it's like it's not the same though,
It's not the same.
Because like New York bagels are pretty good too. I feel like East Coast just knows how.
New York bagels are very good, but even still, I'm telling you, these New Jersey bagels.
Well, I'm gonna have to check it out.
I'm like fighting words, but I swear.
Well, I'm gonna have to check it out then, and then we'll have to report back. Cause
you should.
Bagels are my love language. I love bagels.
Amazing.
They're so good.
I grew up with amazing food because of where I lived. It was great.
I mean, all the diverse culture.
Yeah, no, it's so diverse, and like you benefit from that in the restaurants.
All the different food. Do you eat the bagel toasted or non-toasted?
So if it's like fresh out of the oven, it doesn't have to be toasted, but I do want my bagel to be a little warm. But I don't want it burnt. I want it just toasted enough that it's like a little bit crispy on the part that's cut, but the outside is still like that soft, chewy.
Oh,
It's a balance.
she's talking to me. Okay. Let me say let's say I'm the bagel clerk guy, right? Hey, young lady, what would you like to order today? Give me your order right now.
Well, my order as an adult is
Yeah.
totally different.
Okay. Give me the younger version and then now.
Okay, so as a
Specific
kid,
bagel, yeah.
I wanted a plain bagel.
Plain. Okay.
Um,
Yellowish or the white one?
No, like the white
The
one.
white one. Okay.
Or
I just love how you look like. Wait, I'm sorry.
I would eat an egg bagel.
Okay.
Generally, I wanted like a plain bagel,
Yes.
and I wanted it very lightly toasted, like pretty much warmed, and plain cream cheese. Like, but I wanted whipped cream cheese. I think that's the elite cream cheese.
I agree.
So that was me as a kid, and then me as an adult. It's a similar order, but I actually like an everything bagel now.
I'm not gonna order that. You know what's up. You know what's up.
Lightly toasted.
Yes.
But now it's vegan cream cheese because my body will no longer tolerate dairy.
Honestly, me neither. To be honest, it's tough out here. You know.
I can't do it. And I do it for the good of myself and the rest of the world.
You're doing it. I'm proud of you.
Thank you.
Keep doing it. Because people love cheese too much. To be honest.
It kills me.
I know it's tough. That's a good order though. Everything
Good
bagel.
order. It's like a very simple order, but you get the essence of the bagel that way. If you put too much on it,
Yeah.
you're not tasting the bagel.
Have you had the everything bagel seasoning in Trader Joe's?
Yeah, it's really good on avocado toast.
Oh my!
Very
She's
good.
speaking my language. She got me already. Look at that. Bro, we went to Trader Joe's actually after.
After Pilates.
After that is such a like how you say how do I say this? That's like the what is it, the bar? That's like a very West Coast vibe.
It was.
Valley girl lifestyle.
It was.
You know.
In our defense, the Trader Joe's was like a block away from where we did Pilates, though.
Fair.
So it wasn't like we went out of our way to do it.
That's true.
It was convenient.
Yeah. Valley girl. Oh my
We needed
God.
groceries.
Trader Joe's shopping with my personal trainer. I'm like, like, what do these girls do for a living? Or like,
Yeah.
oh man, that's like a vlog series. Like, hey, we're just shopping.
I know.
That was a fun
good.
time. It was good,
It was
wholesome.
a good time.
Like I said, more flowers again, more flowers. We'll get to more. I just have so many flowers to get from it. But let's continue to the Georgia journeys.
Oh, yeah.
Okay, you did tease a little bit about that transition of it, like slowing down and everything.
Yeah.
Well, first of all, why did you all move to Georgia though? Like, it's such a big departure.
It is a big departure. We moved because our dad got recruited to work at one of the hospitals there. He's a physician, and at the time, he was fielding a couple offers, and
Yeah.
and it was his alma mater from undergrad actually recruited him,
Oh,
and
okay.
that's where our parents met, and so it was a natural fit. We already had some family members over
Oh,
there.
that's awesome. Okay.
Yeah, and so it was nice that if we were gonna leave the East Coast and our family members on the East Coast, that we would have other family members to be near, and yeah, so that was why we transitioned.
Oh, that's awesome. And the time zones are same, right?
Same
yeah.
time
So you don't have to
zone,
worry about the
Very,
craziness.
very
you know.
helpful.
I hate going west to east. Every time I go back,
It's hard.
those red eyes. I need to be rich soon, guys, cause I need the life flat seat. Amen to that. Amen.
Yeah, those
Producer.
red eyes are-
Patty Show producer. Come on, hurry
Work
up.
on it.
Work on it. He gonna work on it. I know. I can tell. But no, yeah. And you did a lot of acting then, huh? That's when you started acting before Georgia, or
Kind of a mix.
with the plays and everything.
I did like school plays. In elementary school, the way my school did it was you weren't allowed to do it until 5th grade.
Why is that?
I don't know. It was just the
Okay.
rule of the school, and you had to be in chorus. So if you were in chorus, then you automatically got to do the musical if you so chose. I don't know why they did it that way.
Interesting.
Yeah. And so I spent like all of elementary school being like, I can't wait to be in 5th grade because it looked like a lot of fun. And Elena had done the play when she was in
Oh.
5th grade.
We got some dirt on you, girl. I'll tell ya.
We had totally different experiences. Like I think she had enjoyed it, but she like did not catch
Yeah, she
the
was like-
bug or anything like that.
I'm good. I'm just gonna be a boss. Like,
Yeah, and I was like really, really excited because I guess, well, maybe I lied a little bit. So in 1st grade, our school did 2 little like quasi musicals. Like we did a Halloween musical about like bats is what I remember. I don't know. I don't remember
Batman?
anything about it. No,
Batman
it was
musical?
about bats. I'm sure
Interesting,
my
yeah.
mom could tell you, because she's got a mind like a trap. And then we did another one about bees, and they rewrote lyrics to the songs from Greece. So instead of summer
No.
lovin', it was summer buzzin'.
I'm out. I need to leave.
Yeah.
What?
So I loved it. I loved that. And then like when I was allowed to opt in was in 5th grade. And so I did that and really, really enjoyed it. And then 6th and 7th grade, I did the school musicals and was like really enjoying it. And my mom is really good at reading people, like in general, but really good at knowing her kids. Like both my parents worked full time my whole life, but like were very present when they were home with us. And my mom was the one who was like, do you want to maybe take some classes?
Yeah.
And I was like, no, that's okay. Because I don't know why. I just like didn't have the guts to pursue it at the time. And then when we moved, I grew up going initially to a very small school system. Like the town that I grew up in had a population of like 4,500 to 5,000 people.
No
depending on the
way.
year. Like super tiny
What?
town. If it wasn't in the suburbs of New York City, it would have been so small that like I don't think I really would have been exposed to as much as I was. And we went from that. So the grade that I was in, or the class that I was in, it was 89 students when we left. And I transitioned into a grade of like 450 or 500.
Oh, God.
Yeah, which was really jarring for me.
Yeah.
So I went from like knowing every single person in my grade, truly, to knowing no one in a sea of people where they didn't even necessarily know that someone was new because it wasn't out of the
That
ordinary.
was kind of number a little
Yeah,
bit.
it was completely normal for someone to be in a class with someone for the first time ever, even having like been in school with them since they were like
Instead of
6
head
years
count, it's
old.
like counting how many people are in the class. Like
Yeah.
20 people, you know, it's only, yeah.
It was really intense for me, and so I made friends, but it was a little tricky at first because not everyone knew that I was new, and I'm not the most extroverted person. One-on-one is different, but like once you put me in a group, I'm really, really shy. And I basically kind of like met a couple people and became good friends with them. And it, like things slowly started to build and I started to make more friends. But initially I was kind of lonely. And so I was reading a lot and I was watching a lot of TV and movies. And I always loved TV and film, like even as a kid. Like the thing that I would do if I was homesick was watch Mary Poppins.
Wow.
I would, yeah. So like that was the thing that I would do because I was never good at like, you know how people are supposed to sleep when they're sick and like rest? I'm not good at that. Like it's really hard for me to nap when I'm sick. And so I would just like stare at the TV because I was sick enough that I couldn't like do
Move
anything.
anything,
Yeah, but I was awake and it's like, I need to be entertained. So I would watch movies and stuff. And so when we moved, it was like right after streaming really started to get popular. So I was streaming a lot of stuff and I was just watching stuff on my laptop. And like when I wasn't in school and doing
Yeah.
and I was like, wow, this is really cool. Like you can have the experience of so many different things in this one profession.
I like the way you're thinking. Yeah.
And it was just like really interesting to me because it's like there are all these things that I want to do and want to try, but realistically as a person, like when you look at doing that during the school year, you're committed to, at the very least, like a season of something, right? So you can only extend yourself so much. But if you're performing, you can try a little bit of all of that
True.
kind of all the time. And I loved that. I also loved that you could use your empathy to like imagine what it would be like to be in someone else's shoes.
Absolutely.
Because I felt like a lot of people were so stuck in their own heads that they weren't necessarily taking into account other people's experiences. Granted, I was extraordinarily precocious, so it was not unreasonable that like very early teenagers were being self-centered. That's super normal.
That's the era
for
of
development.
bullying, all that. Yeah.
Yeah. But I just was like, I am interested in what that would look like and feel like. And so I like not that my parents wouldn't be supportive, but for whatever reason, I had to really hype myself up to tell them that I was interested in acting, because I was like, I actually don't want to do it in school. Like, I did the musical in 8th grade at the school that I was at after we moved. And I was like, this is cool, but for a musical, I'm not someone who's ever going to get the lead. And there's nothing wrong with not getting the lead, but I felt like for public school, if you're going to be in the chorus, it kind of feels the same every time. And I wanted to feel multiple experiences. And I was like, I need to do something else for this. Also, I'm not a strong enough singer or dancer that I can do very much. So I was like, I want to learn about on camera, because I do also have some stage fright. And I liked the idea that you could have multiple tries.
All the takes.
Yeah, you could have like multiple takes and test different things out and see what works. And you could be more nuanced because, you know, the frames here, as you know, is not, it's not like you have to move your entire body to
you could literally do just a shot of like eyebrows, for example.
And I've done it.
Oh, there we go.
But you don't have to emote in such a large way, which wasn't always comfortable to me either. And so I was kind of, I think, hinting that I was like curious, but I didn't outright say anything. And then finally, I remember it was like December of my 8th grade year. And I finally was like, I'm curious about this. And my mom was like, oh, yay. It's like,
oh, yeah, let's go.
You can do something about it then. And I was like, cool. And then I didn't really follow up on it because I didn't know where to go from there. And my mom had a colleague whose daughter was really interested in acting and had found an acting studio that was actually like a 5-minute drive from where we lived.
What?
Yeah. And my mom was like, you could try this place if you want. And I was like, okay, like, I'm interested. But I like still didn't do anything about it. It takes me a while to like get the courage to do things. I'll sit on stuff for a long time.
Let it linger a little bit. Like,
I don't make snap decisions. I honestly could probably do with making some more. But I was having a conversation one night with my mom and my sister, and I was saying, we were talking about something, and I essentially said, like, there's this experience that I don't think I would actually enjoy in real life, but I think it'd be really cool to play it.
Okay.
And my sister was like, well, you've just taken acting class already? And I was like, okay.
I guess I will. Yeah, I will. Right.
And so I talked to my mom about it, and she was like, well, the acting studio, because by then it was like almost the end of the year. She's like, well, the acting studio is having a summer camp if you want to like try it out and see. I was not really a summer camp person. I just had never found a summer camp that I enjoyed. It always kind of felt like it was like a way to like pass the time during the summer, but I didn't find it fun. I've never had so much fun in my life. I had the best time at this acting camp, and I was like, oh, this is it. And so I went from acting camp to then I started going to like classes the following year.
My God,
and all
amazing.
through high school, I was taking classes at that acting studio. And the acting studio that I went to, I was really, really fortunate that they would bring in like really awesome people. But on top of that, every class had like a project.
Oh,
So
that's good.
you
Some
do-
application to it.
Yeah, you'd like do the class and you'd be there for the class. But then every year, toward the end of the year, you would make, for the classes that I was in, you'd do short films.
Oh,
And
that's
so,
cool.
yeah, but I got exposed
Yeah.
to that, and I started to learn a lot of the jargon that you would need for like being on set. And
all the different acronyms, AD, all that. Oh,
Yeah.
there's so much out there.
there's a lot.
I
I
remember-
still
yeah.
don't know all of them.
It's there's so much. I'm like, what in the world? Because I started off with more theater-based stuff, and
Yeah.
that still also has its own kind of jargon. And
They're all, there's a little crossover, but the jargon can be very different. And
Yeah.
so sometimes too, like if you're with theater people on set, there's you like hear both, and you're like, what?
it's like, what did
It
you call
takes me
me?
a
Yeah, you know, definitely, yeah.
Because when people are like 5-minute break, I know I'm with theater people when someone goes, thank you, 5.
Yeah, thank you, but yes, yeah. You haven't heard that in ages. I gotta go back to theater because
I actually love hearing that.
Yeah,
I
that's
think
the
it's
cutest
a really
thing.
lovely theater ritual,
is.
actually, that I do wish was like more present on set.
Yeah, I think theater has a lot of that, like, I mean, especially with like, I don't know if I can say it, the Scottish play, just because I don't know, I don't want something, but like they
Fair.
have a lot of superstitious
Yes,
stuff. That's what I
yeah,
realized.
I've explained some of those superstitions to my family, and they're like, "What?"
It's hard to explain, yeah, because you're just like, it is just how it is.
And I'm not necessarily superstitious about it, but I never
Yeah, I
do it because
you and me
I
are the
never,
same.
I don't want to like freak anyone else out.
Yeah, I'm good.
So I do try to abide by those rules.
Yeah, it's like, I don't need no bad juju in my life.
yeah.
You never know what's gonna happen.
Yeah. But yeah, so that's how I kind of like explored acting. And then when I went to college, I kind of did similar things where I just like kept seeking out opportunities to keep doing it because I enjoyed it, even though it wasn't like the thing that I got my degree in.
Wow, look at all the acting stuff, all the chops. Did you have an agent when you were growing up, or?
I had an agent like 2 to 3 years after I started taking classes. My acting
nice,
studio
okay.
had like a showcase that I did, and I got my first agent that way.
Oh, look at you.
It always sounds more impressive than it is, I think. But,
Child actor. I'm sorry.
but I did have an agent, yeah.
Man, oh my goodness. Having an agent I think is like a pretty big step, but also it's like, I feel like I won't say it's common, but like like you said, people don't think it's bigger than it actually is.
Yeah, because there are like so many different tiers to it.
Yes.
It's like,
Yes.
and I won't get into, I mean, I can nerd out about that stuff, but yeah, so I think it seemed like a really big deal, and it was a big deal, but it was also like the level that I was doing it at, you could do it without an agent, no problem.
And I think there's also like one of my other co-stars from the commercial I was in, she actually just like submitted herself in.
Yeah.
You can get a lot of roles too, and it's a good start, honestly. Like that's how I started when I had my first Hyundai commercial. You just see my neck a little bit turning a little bit, but yeah, it's like, thank you, David. Yeah, you just have to just put your like foot out there, and especially nowadays, it's so easy for those opportunities. So it's like, talk about on the previous episode, but our friend Anthony, young man of 35, maybe not 35, but a young soul. He started late in his acting and he's still killing it right now. So you just have to, you never know when it is. Maybe you're 12, maybe you're 27, maybe you're 59. Acting is fun, entertainment is fun. There's a lot to do. There's jobs for all types of positions, whether you're, on set, post-production, a writer. Like our girl over here, writer as well. You took writing classes as well?
I did, yeah. That's
simultaneously? Oh my goodness, powerhouse over here. Tell me how that helped each other, I guess, as an actor and then a writer, or maybe also like how it made it harder sometimes.
That's actually a complicated question. I think, the first form of storytelling that I fell in love with was writing, which is interesting because I didn't love reading at a young age. I initially was a little slow to learn. Like, I mean, I knew how to read, but I wasn't a very fluent reader until like the start of second grade, which was a little bit later than a lot of my peers. And I had a teacher that was like, I think something's wrong, which would have been fine, except it wasn't clicking. And then when it clicked, and I was like,
Wow.
I had it. But I loved stories, even though like reading was challenging.
That's fascinating, actually. Yeah, wow.
I think that's part of why I liked movies and film so much too, was even when I was struggling to pick up reading at like 6 years old, I still would get so like enthralled by every single story that I consumed, whether it was something that was read to me or I was watching it, or like we went to see a musical. Like I loved stories. I loved telling stories.
Oh.
I would be like hamming it up at the dinner table. And like just the high that I would get from like getting my parents to laugh.
Okay.
Because at that age, like when you get an adult to laugh, you're like, oh, must be so funny.
Entertaining people with the skull, the what do they say? What is it? One with the skull? The Shakespeare one?
Oh, I don't know.
What is it? It's not
I'm
here.
actually well versed in the Bard.
Me neither. I used to work for it. Shout out Connecticut Free Shakespeare. They hooked me up. But I forgot what it's called. I literally said on the other episode. It's not hear ye. It's some thespian
know.
language. We'll find out eventually.
figure it out.
How about that? But yeah, no, entertaining adult. Yeah, no, I know what you mean. It's like you're like,
It
oh,
it feels like really good as a kid, and so I always really liked the language arts classes or the language arts parts of my classes before, I was like split into multiple teachers or whatever. And my parents were really, really encouraging about it. They, from a young age, especially my dad would always say to me, "You have a gift," and which is, I think, to an extent, like parents think their kids are amazing.
no, shout out Pop. You're right.
But my dad also is like very honest. He will not give a compliment if he doesn't believe it. And so when my dad would say that, I was like, okay, like maybe I should. Maybe I should do something with this. And I really liked it, and I loved the idea that you got to make up your own rules about the world that you built. I loved that if you were making up a word, you got to decide like what the correct spelling was. I don't know. I just like I found that really cool. And so even in elementary school, I would like write stories in class. They were assignments, but I would like write stories. There were like sometimes if there were like after school programs that like the teachers would run that were like for writing, I would do that. And I just like kept building on it and kept pursuing it because I liked it. And then when it was time to go to college, I'll get back to your question. This is all relevant. But when it became clear that like I was going to pursue liberal arts, my parents were pretty insistent, not even insistent, they were encouraging about like what you can study whatever you want, but don't give up writing. Like keep writing. Make sure that whatever you do, you're also studying that. And I fully agreed with them. And I felt like to be a good actor, I needed to have a couple things. I needed to have an understanding of all the moving parts that were around me, because how can I be a good part of a team if I don't know how every single person works? And like that's what a set is. You're a team. Sure. And you cannot make that magic happen, and I do think it's magic. You can't make that magic happen if one part of that team isn't fulfilling their duty. But you also, every part of that, there's an acting exercise that you've probably done where you like pretend to be a machine, and like each person, you start with one person and another person comes in and you make a sound and a movement and you have to build on it. But that's what it is on a set. Like every person is a gear or a cog, or like you are a part, and in order to make this incredible thing, everyone has to do their job. But if you understand what someone else is doing and you can make someone else's job easier,
and compliment them.
Yeah, everything feeds into it. And so I was like, I need to know how everything works. And part of that is understanding the flow of a story. Like you need to understand what a beat is. You need to understand like what the pacing is for a drama versus a comedy, and like that's in the writing when you read it and when you write it. Like there's a different feeling. There's a difference in the punctuation. Punctuation is huge.
Literally.
Yeah, I love punctuation because it's so indicative of pacing. Like when you are reading something out loud, whether it's a script or just a story, like you know when to pause when there's a comma. You know that a comma has a shorter pause than like an up dash, right? Like there are all these moving parts, and I had an understanding that they fed into each other. And so when I was interested in acting, I had an understanding that it was an extension of my love of storytelling, and I also had an understanding that being good at one could only help the other.
And it really gets you like I'm just like, wow. Like people don't realize the comma, the dash, the period, different pacing, like you said. Oh my god, that's so profound.
I mean, it's if you're not someone who studies writing, it's just very intuitive. So long as it's your native language. If it's not your native language, then it's not necessarily intuitive initially. Like you have to learn that. But if it is your native language, it's you just pick up on it because when you're learning the language, you're listening, you're watching, and you're learning that way. But once it comes time to write and you're learning like the tools of writing, you start to gain a greater appreciation for what all of these different things mean. And especially when you're writing dialogue, whether for a script or like, a novel, as a writer, you know that depending on the punctuation you put in that dialogue will affect how someone either hears it in their head, if there's someone who hears in their head when they read, or they'll hear it when it's spoken out loud.
Oh my goodness! Look at all the bars right here, man. This is a college course.
This stuff.
Oh my goodness! Now I'm just thinking about just writing in general because I'm not the biggest writer out there. I'm more, performative.
But you've written amazing questions.
Oh my, she's too good.
So you are a writer.
She's too kind for me. I'm thinking about like when you mentioned like the language thing. I think about like Indonesian right now because we use a lot of dashes for a lot of words, and it is like, if you know it, you know like the tempo of it. For example, one of my favorite foods is, they call it gado gado. It's a dash in between,
I can hear
So you see, that's great. Look, she's fluent in Indonesian now at this point. See?
No, but maybe one day.
Hey, one day, I'll teach you. I think
you.
the alphabet's not too hard.
Between the starfish crunches.
There we go. I mean,
My reward is a word for each starfish.
exactly. And then she's just gonna learn all the curse words because
Honestly, not a bad place to start for a starfish crunch.
that's true, because at least the passion will come out of it. You're like,
Yeah, exactly.
Anjing. Anjing means dog, and they use it as like a curse word.
Oh, okay, good to know.
Yeah, so you're like, anjing every time. Yeah.
I'm gonna start doing
Okay, good. Now Elena's gonna be so confused.
Alina's gonna be like, what is
happened?
happening?
She's like, are you okay? But no, like the dashes. Oh my God,
Yeah.
languages are just so fascinating to me.
Languages are really cool.
Yeah, because you speak French, right?
I do speak French.
Yes, bonjour. You know what I'm saying? I was trying to learn French because of a girl, of course.
Oh,
It's just,
yeah.
I just don't pay attention, it's just so hard because the thing is the pronunciation gets me, and I'm like,
Interesting.
it gets me stuck.
I do think it's hard for some people, the pronunciation. I think it's very melodical, and so I find that helpful actually. Like the words flow into each other, whereas like English is a little more staccato.
Yeah. Oh, staccato. Hold on. What is this? Oh yeah, hold on. You're teaching me something.
It's one word at a time.
Oh, a little robotic, a little bit, maybe.
Sort
not
of.
not fully
Not like
robotic,
but like each. It's like
it's
the
independent.
difference. It's like the way I picture it in my head is like English is someone who's writing in print,
Okay.
where like the letters are separate from each other. They're not touching. And French is not quite cursive because it doesn't always flow together, but it's actually kind of my handwriting, which is like a mix
Semi-cursive.
between cursive and print, where like some letters are by themselves and some letters like flow into each other and touch.
I think that's what gets me a little messed up when I was trying to learn. I'm like, oh, how do I flow this? Because
It's hard to hear.
Yeah.
Like, it's hard to hear it when you're learning it, so it's helpful to see it.
it's a tough one. Because I was also trying to learn because one of my best friends, he's from Cote d'Ivoire, Ivory Coast, for people that don't know. He was on the first episode actually of the Patty Show. My boy,
amazing.
he just proposed to his girlfriend, now fiance. So congrats, my bro.
Congratulations.
But he was trying to teach me French a little bit. His family, they're the nicest. Shout out to the Conan family. I love y'all. But it's just so hard. I mean, I knew some random phrases because I met his grandma, when she was visiting, and she was just so happy to see like an Asian kid. This like West African lady's like, wow, look at this man trying, And so I tried to learn some stuff. I was like, merci beaucoup,
That's a good one to know.
and je t'aime jolie, something like. As you can see, I'm not with the French girl anymore, so I failed. It's okay, guys.
Not a failure.
It's
Learning
just
experience.
You're right. Pivoting. Maybe I have to just relearn again. Why did you pick French though? Out of all languages, I feel like that's yeah.
I went to public school, which I loved. Yeah, and I was really lucky that I was also like, to acknowledge the privilege, I had access to a very good public school. But the school system that I was in, there were two languages you could pick from, and
Only two, huh?
yeah,
Okay.
and it was Spanish or French.
Oh wow. Okay.
When I said it was public school.
Yeah.
And I had learned some Spanish in elementary school, and when it came time to pick between the two, I was like, well, I've already learned some Spanish. I don't want to do something
Curious
different.
person. Oh my God.
But also, full disclosure,
Okay.
Elena had chosen French, and I was like, if I need help with my homework,
You're a genius too. I swear.
I should take
Yo, this girl right here, yo. I swear to God, you're funny. You kill me, girl.
So, I mean, that was really, truly like a huge part of the thought process. And also, because it was such a small school, I was almost guaranteed to have the same teachers as my sister. And I was like, I'll know about these teachers.
Yeah,
as
the
well.
vibe check.
And she had amazing French teachers.
So
and
you're
I was like, I want that.
Sister connection. Well, that happened to me and all my siblings. And also, like, if you have a good reputation, everyone's always like, "Oh, your brother's a Setiani, you're Setiani," so they're
It's a lot
lucky.
of pressure though.
It is.
As a younger sibling, holy
Oh no,
moly.
I agree with that too, because
Yeah.
like one of my brothers too, he's like, I love you, Dylan. He was on the podcast too. He's in pilot school now, so let's just say he's not the most book smart thing. I love him. I love you, bro. You're doing amazing things. He helped me a lot with the music and all the other stuff too. He actually helped make the music for the short film, actually. Yeah. So
amazing.
shout out to you, man. So he's smart there for that stuff.
And
But
there's
you know,
different types of
different,
intelligence.
different.
I
Yeah.
firmly believe that.
Oh, 1,000,000%. But let's just say, in school, they're like, Fatty, that's your brother. All love, all love. But it's like, it is a lot of pressure because now you're like, I was like class president too in high school.
Yeah.
So it's like, if I do good, they're hoping like the younger siblings,
Yeah,
if for like Elena, they're like, Nikki better be on top of her thing.
And Elena was like always like
She's locked in.
so locked in, so very intelligent naturally, but like worked really hard in school to also be able to
Yeah.
learn everything and like make sure that she kept up with all of her work and all of that. And
Yeah.
so like she was just an exemplary student. And I was like, well, I better be one too.
Yeah. Because then now it's also like just the bias of like human nature. Because if I
Yeah.
see like, oh, the first Friedberg, wow, she was such a breeze. She was so hardworking. And then number two is,
Yeah. But, I know that so many teachers are like, we really don't think that.
But it's
And
just
maybe they
subconscious.
don't. But as a kid, I think whether or not that's true, as
Yeah.
a kid, I was convinced
Of
that
course.
like they had preconceived notions automatically. And so I was like, I have to live up
Yeah.
to this standard that my incredibly smart, like dedicated sister
Flowers to you,
set.
girl. Flowers to you. Flowers to you.
Yeah,
But
but-
it's just like, I know what you mean. Like as teachers, they shouldn't do
Yeah.
that. Any type of prejudice is wild. Don't do that, y'all. Like, y'all tripping.
But it's natural.
It happens, but
Makes
it goes back to that. Like we all have assumptions. Like I said, when I first met you, I'm like, oh, these girls are kill me. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, oh my goodness. But y'all the sweetest ones ever. Actually, what's your first impression of me? Actually, I'm curious now.
Okay, so glad you asked.
Okay.
Um,
I'm so curious. I'm scared too.
You need to ask Elena too. But
Yes.
essentially, we had a whole conversation before we met you because I said to her, I was like, I have to be honest with you. I don't know how I feel about having a dude as our trainer because I had male trainers before and I didn't have bad experiences, but for whatever reason, I always just felt more intimidated by it. I really don't know why. That's probably my own biases. And so I was like a little nervous because I was like, what if he's like really intense? Like, I don't want to do intense. It was fresh off of the injury that I had gotten. And so our previous trainer had been a woman and she was really, really good about like respecting my boundaries. And in the past, I've worked with like a couple trainers, not a bunch, that like, when I was in college, like
Yeah.
one of the programs that they had was some of the college students could actually get like certified and
Oh,
like,
nice.
part of their hours they could like personal train. So I had like done it like
Got it.
that or whatever, which was great.
Yeah.
And I really liked my personal trainers that I had, but when they were guys, I felt like there was more resistance if I would kind of try to set a boundary because I felt like sometimes I was being treated like, maybe I just didn't know my own strength.
Oh,
Like,
I
no,
see. I see.
I'm telling you, like this
My
doesn't,
rotator cuff is.
yeah, like, this doesn't feel good to my body. And so I said to her, I was like, we're gonna give him a try, but if he's too intense, like it's not gonna be enjoyable. I don't want to do that. We left our first session with you, and I was like, I'm sold. I was like, he proved us wrong. I'm so glad he proved us wrong. And you've actually been the person who's listened the most, who has like anytime like you give me something, I'm like, I don't know, and you're like, just try it, and if it doesn't work, like we'll pivot. But I trust you because of it, because you listen when I'm like, I tried it, it didn't work. However, I would say 95% of the time you're right, and I can hack it, and I just don't know because it looks intimidating, but then I try it and I'm like, oh, actually I am stronger than I thought, and I can do it. And then every once in a while, like, yeah, I'll be like, that's just not feeling good to me today, and you're like, okay, so we'll switch, and no harm, no foul, like. Easy and it's
I don't hold a grudge. I'm like, oh wow.
But it's nice that I do feel comfortable telling you, because it's not always easy for me to speak up for myself. And so having someone who makes me feel safe to do that is huge. So yeah, first impression of you was super positive. You also were like really good about our antics, because we do like my sister and I we don't actually bicker, but we will playfully bicker.
I love it.
If people don't
they don't get it.
Sibling dynamics, I think they might be like, ooh.
Yeah, it's like, oh, this is so awkward.
Right.
Yeah.
But you joined in, which was like amazing.
I feel like I'm one of the siblings, huh?
Yes.
I've done that, like, literally.
Amazing. It was so fun.
No, will make me tear up. I was like, damn, oh my God. Well, I'm grateful just in general, honestly, because you got, like I said, all the flowers, like y'all made it easy. Like the second I saw y'all chemistry together, I was like, oh, I can rock with this, because this is similar to my siblings, to be honest. I get it. It's like, bickering is a bad word because it has like a bad rep.
I know it's not even bickering, but it's like the rapid fire.
It's like a little banter.
Yeah, banter.
More banter, I would say.
It's banter, but very dry humor, which is very East Coast, which I think is why you could keep up with it.
Exactly.
People who don't grow up on the East Coast, sometimes the dry humor, it depends. It's like very hit or miss, whereas like East Coast pretty much automatically gets it, and it's just like a cultural difference within the United States, which is fascinating. But I think because of that, you were able to be like, oh yeah, like I've
seen this.
I know this.
Yeah.
Fine.
I was like, oh, Jersey girls, I got you. I know a couple.
Yeah.
There was a lot of Jersey people at Fairfield University. I'll tell you.
Oh, I bet.
Yeah, I think I'd say a third of the population is like, oh, I'm from Jersey. Yeah. I'm from this. I'm from that. And so you might have known a couple of them, actually, maybe.
Maybe. Possible.
Shout out to college and everything.
College is great.
Yeah, speaking of college, I didn't even talk about your major.
Oh, yeah.
BA in English, writing, and French lit?
Yeah, so I have a bachelor's, is what my major was, in creative writing. And then I double minored in theater.
Oh, double minored.
In theater and French. I thought I was going to double major and minor, and then I pivoted and I did one major and two minors. That's
a lot of stuff right there. How did you overlap all the classes, or how did you have a time to do all that? Yeah, that's a lot. Yeah, I'm not gonna lie.
I love learning. I like genuinely, and college was like the best to me because I got to pick almost all of my classes. So in that respect, it was kind of easy because I genuinely wanted to be in those rooms. So I just made the time, I guess, is the best answer that I have. I think I'm also someone who, the busier I am, there's like a line, but the busier I am for the most part, the better I am at my time management, actually. So I kind of knew that if I stacked my classes and like almost maxed out on my credits every semester, I would have an easier time staying on top of things. And so I would like max out on credits, and then I would also do a play most semester.
Oh, nice.
And so I just filled my time with that, and then it didn't have a huge social life, was kind of how it like balanced. I didn't really want a huge social life. Like I had amazing friends, and I would like hang out with friends, but I didn't like really do a lot of parties or anything like that.
So you was focused, okay?
For me, college was the opportunity to be more independent and like gain some confidence in that, and to study the things that I wanted to study. Like I've, from a young age, loved learning and would self-teach a lot of stuff. Like cool. I would like just, I'm a nerd. In my free time, if I wasn't like watching TV or something, I would like be reading articles or like listening to interviews and podcasts about the things that interested me. So like a lot of the stuff that I learned about the entertainment industry was self-taught, because I would like I would read Backstage, which is a trait.
Oh.
I would listen to podcasts, and I would like if I could find books, I would like read books, and I would just learn that way because I was genuinely interested. So for me, college was like an extension of that because I got to pick my classes. I was no longer in like any type of core curriculum that I had to abide by.
That's so cool. Wow, she's a lifelong learner, as they say.
I love it. I love
Lifelong learner. I think that's a Jesuit value. I went to Jesuit University. Had an alumni event yesterday. That's how I remember it.
it. Really?
Yeah, I went to that. It was a unique time. I'll tell you that.
Oh, okay.
Fairfield University. Let's say the diversity is, I'm the poster boy of.
Yeah.
You know how many like diverse campaigns I've done for them? You can see me on the
I
shop.
bet a lot.
Yeah.
bet a lot.
It was the funniest thing. I wish I would have got my royalties for that because they sometimes still use my materials.
Did you sign it away in perpetuity?
I was,
Lady Patty
I
didn't
know,
know.
I know, it's tough.
You live and you learn.
I know, now I know now. I'm like, shout out to my agency, they take care of that.
Yeah.
But literally, I remember my cousin that's maybe three years younger than me. She got her acceptance video for the university.
And you were in it?
She sends it on the family Snapchat.
Oh my
like,
gosh.
oh, it's Patty.
That's amazing.
I'm like, bro, this is actually hilarious.
That's amazing.
And then my brother, a year younger than her, had a pamphlet with my face on.
Wow. I mean, you're just like famous
Wow.
at that school and within your family now, I guess.
Well, shout out to them, sponsor the Paddock Show eventually.
Start.
Low key, they did. I mean,
Yeah.
it was actually, I'm so great. Like, I joke about it all the time. I'm so grateful though, because I had my first radio show over there with them.
I didn't know that. That's
yeah.
really
It's
cool.
actually on podcast. I was a co-host with my friend Akbar
Oh, I
called
need to find that.
Yeah. It's the DAE show. Does anyone else? And
it.
yeah, and every week we ask the question: does anyone else think the same or differently than us? Is a different topic.
Oh, I love this.
Yeah. It's a.
Oh, I really want to listen to
Yeah.
this.
There's some good clips. I'll find the
love
link.
it,
Yeah. So that one, it was so cool because my friend, my co-star, Akbar. So he's a refugee from Tanzania.
Okay.
So completely different background than me.
Yeah.
I was born in Owak, moved to Indonesia,
Right.
East Coast basically all my life. We come from completely different walks of life, but we like the same music, Afro beats and all that fun stuff. We have friends that are from different backgrounds too. We had like a girl that used to play, well, she still plays in Madrid. My girl Andrea, a basketball player. Her siblings were in the NBA. And do you know that movie actually with Adam Sandler, the basketball one, Hustlers? It's a pretty new.
Yes.
Her brother played the basketball guy.
No way.
Yes, Hernan Gomez. Yeah.
That's so cool.
Yeah, so she was on the show, and since it was radio, which I miss so much, we had live callers too.
Fun.
Oh, fun but hectic, because one of our friends,
because you have to be able to just like.
girl, my boy Ali, I love this guy. He was also on the podcast and the radio show, but he's like, I love this guy. He's this Lebanese political science major guy. I think he's doing law right now. I can't remember what he's doing. Love that guy. But he's a clown, absolute clown. So he calls doing his Arabic accent, and I'm like, bro, I know who this is. Like, you can't lie to me, brother. And then he just says some random stuff. So so that's what I do miss. I wish there was live audience. Maybe eventually episode 100.
You can do some live episodes.
Episode 100 on the Paddock Show. We'll see.
Absolutely, you should do
We'll
it.
see. That's a good idea. My producer here, which we'll get to eventually. We're jumping all the way around. I love it. I love it. This is us training, but we actually work out though. Don't get it twisted. We actually do.
I tell stories while I'm doing something because it distracts me.
From the pay. That's fair. Unless it's a hard one.
If it's a hard one, then I'm like super silent. But if I can hack it, I talk to distract myself.
What's the most difficult exercise?
So it used to be the Starfish Crunch. It's not anymore. I would say the single leg hip thrusts for me, those like I just fatigue really quickly, and those are one of the hardest ones for me to maintain form as I fatigue. Partially because it is single legs. Like, one, you're dealing with the stability, but two, you can't, like, there's no other half of you to like help make up
compensate,
for compensate, which is great because, as we know, I do compensate without trying to, like, just naturally, especially in my legs. Like, one leg will try to compensate for the other, and I think that's obviously super normal, but that's why I like doing the single leg stuff, because it forces me to make sure that I am in fact like working the muscles on each side so that I'm not uneven.
Yeah. The unilateral stuff is
Unilateral stuff
amazing.
is super important.
Yeah, and well, let me give you more flowers because these girls are strong. We added like 12 pounds on it. So I think 20 was one of the. We did 20 another time.
You put 40 pounds on me for a wall sit. Is that what you're talking about?
Yes.
That was insane.
Yeah, you know, like I said, I challenged them, but they trust me. It's all trust. Because I also don't want them to get hurt. But I know, I'm familiar with your capacities now because you guys are, y'all killing it. The single leg one is tough because even when, that's why I don't demonstrate anymore because.
Does it? He's like, you know what it is.
Yeah, you know what it is, guys. Please, I don't want my boot because it hurts. Because also going back to the Pilates when we do it again, my glutes were I told you on absolute magma, not fire. Like I don't know.
It kills your glutes and it kills your core.
Goodness gracious. I mean, I also noticed like since I've been playing more soccer, my glutes usually don't fire as much. Now they're getting stronger, so I've been doing more like reverse lunges. But my glutes have always been weak. So when I did the Pilates, I was like, wake up call, man. You gotta work that booty, okay?
They're so important for your like hip health too, which is why I'm always concerned about it.
It's so important. Also, it's like one of the biggest muscles too. It's like
It is
massive.
It is, and we like just don't give it enough attention.
Yeah, especially the guys. Come on, guys. Gotta get the booty out there, right? You know, big booty, dump truck. That's my goal. What is that? The test? I don't know if you've seen on like Instagram or like YouTube. You just lay down on your belly and they put a barbell over.
No, I don't know this. What?
So well, I don't think we can do it at the gym actually, because we need to roll it. We have it's like the rolling plates, like a 45-pound, and then the barbell over here, and you roll it, and if it bumps the booty, it's certified. That's
not scientific at all.
It's not, guys, because everyone has different
Well, yeah.
anatomy. It's just the funny ones.
Oh my gosh.
That's why don't watch everything on Instagram. Just watch Patty Settiati Fitness every morning, 5 a.m. I'm up at 4:15 a.m. every day, even tomorrow for my flights. God damn.
Yeah.
I know, but it's a good thing because I'm always up early anyway. So
that you are.
It's always good and hustling all that stuff. Hustling like your school stuff. Tell me about the French lit in college. How did you do that? That sounds difficult as heck.
I mean, I had been taking French since I was 11.
Oh my goodness.
So by the time I got to college, like I knew a lot. And in college, it was like most of what I was doing was French language. It was just like a tiny bit that was French lit. I took like 2 or 3 classes in French lit. It wasn't that much. I took it because, well, for a couple reasons. One, I needed to for my minor. There were like certain classes.
Yeah.
Like
certain
you could pick from a selection, but like I had to take like a lit class or two. And it sounded interesting. So I was like, I'll take, and I had a friend who was taking it too. So I was like, this will be fun because our majors were completely different. So this was like the only time that we ever had a class in common was if we took French together. So I was like, okay, let's do it.
That honestly, I've done that a lot too with my class picking. So this is for real. Go with your friends.
Yeah, it makes it less intimidating.
Yeah.
Like, because the first day of class, especially, like, pretty much everyone normally goes in with at least one friend. So if you're the only person without a friend, it can be hard.
It's kind of tough because usually there's like projects too all the time. So it helps having like that barrier broken already. You can like study together, do some projects. But sometimes if you have friends in a class, oh my God. My best friend Jan, the one that speaks French again, like I said, this guy, woo, man, let's just say we're like, like Rush Hour, the movie.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I'm the Jackie Chan, he's we're just a dynamic duo.
That's
and
a fun duo, though.
It is, but our professors hated us. I think we had 1 or 2 classes together, and he has like the Windex laugh. Like, I love you, bro, I love you, bro. But he just, oh man, he's just so loud with it, and he always makes like the stupidest jokes ever. And I'm like, bro, I need to focus for once this time. And funny enough, his dad is a professor at the university.
Really?
Where I took a class with his dad, and I'm like,
oh man.
Sorry to you. I don't know how you deal with it. I don't know how you deal with it. But yeah, we had a lot of fun classes together, and honestly helped me get my Asian Studies minor.
That's amazing.
Because you just end up taking classes, and you're like, oh, you just have to do a paper at the end.
Yeah, might as well.
Might as well stack it up. And then, yeah, for the theater, though, did you guys have any requirements for that program?
Yeah.
You had to, like, yeah.
We had a lot of requirements, and but the requirements for the minor were a little more flexible than the requirements for the major. Originally, I went in thinking I was going to double major in theater and writing. But it got to the point where I was like, for what I'm interested in,
Yeah.
I had to take way more classes that I weren't that like weren't as interesting to me as being able to keep taking the acting classes. Like basically, I wanted to sort of take like one class each for like all the different things and everything else be acting. But if I did the major, it was going to be just a couple acting classes and everything else be like every other category.
Yeah, okay, got it.
So by doing the minor, I was able to do more acting classes than anything else, and that was why I kind of flip-flopped.
I see. I had a similar path. I started a theater major first, you know? But then because older sibling commitments, I was working like multiple jobs. I became an RA. The commitment, the biggest, RA is tough.
RA is a huge responsibility.
Oh my goodness, I have some crazy stories over there. It was a lot of headaches. Let's just say that. I was also the mascot. I don't know if have I ever told you?
No.
Oh my God, I never told y'all I was a mascot.
No.
Yeah, so that's like to make some side money. There's a couple people that do it, but I did it for like soccer games, career fairs, and yeah, some random.
Too.
Yeah, it was a lot. I worked a lot of odd jobs during college.
You know how to hustle better than I think almost anyone I know.
I appreciate the compliment. You know, that's how you gotta do it out there in LA too. You gotta hustle out here. Everything's expensive out here.
Yeah, it is.
But when I took so theater, I loved it so much. Like, shout out to my acting teacher, man. He's my boy. He really humbled me. Let's say that.
Oh, okay.
In the best way possible. During it, I was gonna cry. I'm not gonna lie, but it reminded me to be really like present with it, because he called us out when I remember. I think I talk about it in my episode 50 when I'm talking to my brother about it, but I was basically doing a scene with another girl that was also a theater major for our acting class, and I can't remember what the scene was exactly, but all I know is he was like looking at us like, I feel nothing from you guys, like deadpan, like you know, like the traditional acting coaches that are like hardcore. Like I've never fully experienced that, and I was like, am I just booty? Like I'm not a good actor, you know, all that stuff. And he's like, no, you have to do this. He gave me so much great notes after that. And he was like, hey, you have to be present with the character. Don't think about the next line. Think about what she's saying to you right now. Because which is honestly really good. Because
really hard to do. Really hard to do.
Absolutely.
Especially when you're first like learning it.
No, seriously. Like you have to. Most of acting is reacting. You know, I can't react if I'm predicting 5 lines ahead.
No.
The bomb is coming, but she didn't even mention anything to do with the bomb, you know? And he picked up on that, and I'm like, now I understand it now. You know, I'm like, as a thespian myself right now, you know? Back then, I'm just like, oh my God, I need to give up. But I remember exactly after, like, we had the final, you know, the project where we did the scene, he just was like, damn, man, you took it to heart, and you did it. And I was like, thanks, Mommy. Shout out to my boy. I hope you're doing well, man.
That's how you know someone can take direction.
Oh, you're right. But I'm not gonna lie, I was so you know how it is.
To get to get kind of negative feedback, especially the first time you get it, is really hard. I do think there's an art to that as well, to like giving constructive feedback that doesn't completely break someone's soul. And I think it's just I think some of it's instinctual, but I think it's like a huge learned skill that some people just like haven't learned. But the people who have learned it, they actually, I think, get the best performances out of actors.
And I think sometimes you do need that little friction, you know, a little bit. Like it was traumatizing, but I wasn't like, oh my God, I'm so sad. But it was like, you know, you feel that like it stung a little bit. I was like, I don't feel that in math class. I'm okay.
Right.
You know, but theater and acting, I was like, I really was like second guessing everything. I'm like, goodness gracious. But yeah, that's not the reason I switched my major. It was just because like I had to be more in the productions if I was like a major, and I just didn't have time, honestly, because of everything. And
that's fair. When I did the plays, it was like 20 to 24 hours a week of rehearsal.
Yeah, no,
which it's a lot when you add that on top of classes in a day, and then you have to do your schoolwork, and it adds up. So if you're doing others. Yeah,
It
it's
was
hard.
it was crazy because also like because I was a commuter my first 2 years, so I would
Yeah.
work like at the Japanese restaurant my dad worked at, which is what the short film's about. Exciting! Woo, woo, woo. But that was like every weekend I would have to work,
Yeah.
and the rehearsals are on the weekend, and like it just didn't work out. And I'm like, sorry guys, I have to like
Yeah, no, it's hard
make money
to
for the fam and
juggle
stuff.
that.
But luckily my advisors were so nice, and I transitioned to communications. So shout out to them. Met a lot of my good friends in the
Also
communication
a great
department.
major.
Yeah, so it's the versatility. College, guys, not everyone should go.
It's not for everyone,
Yeah.
but if it's something you want to do, it can be amazing.
Absolutely, the connections are like amazing, and just like you're exposed to people your age, it's like so easily. Now it's like I can't find anyone, anyone like that.
It's way harder to make friends when you're out in like the job world, whereas if you're in school, like everyone is in the same boat where like they are looking to meet
Yeah.
people to like add to their life, which
Absolutely.
that's huge.
And of course, like age, I don't really care because I have, like I said, like on my podcast, you'll see I have literally friends that are 60 plus. They look 25 though, and I have friends that are like late teens. Like so it's like I don't really mind about that, but it's just something about like you said, us going through that same journey. You know, like the same age range. Like, oh, you get it. Oh, you know what Sweet Life of Zach and Cody is. You know,
yeah.
you know, stuff like that.
Get the same references.
You get the same. Hannah Montana, 20 years, by the way. Which
is crazy, but I'm so excited.
I know, so I have goosebumps already. Like, shout out to Hannah Montana. I love Hannah Montana. Oh, let's talk about Oklahoma City University. We can go it everywhere. I swear, I get distracted because I love learning more. Oklahoma City University, MFA. Oh my God, you had some time in London too.
I did.
That program was kind of created with, what's her name?
Kristen Chenoweth.
Yes.
Sort of, yeah. She was an alumni, and she is an alumni. When they were essentially releasing the news about it, she was part of the PR around it, sort of. And then she was a little involved. Like she came and did a, I guess you could call it a workshop with us one day. Yeah, it was an MFA program that was a year in LA and a year in London, which was part of why I picked it. But also it was a screen acting MFA, and there aren't a lot of screen acting specific programs, and I knew that I was more interested in that than theater. So when it presented itself, I took the opportunity. Plus, you know, when I auditioned and applied, because you did both. It was during COVID. And I was just kind of going stir crazy because I was like, I wasn't feeling productive. And I felt like if the job market was going to be so difficult, then I might as well fast track. I had planned to take a little more time between undergrad and grad school. But because of how things shook out, I decided to go to grad school a little bit earlier than I had thought I would. And it was great because it was an opportunity to kind of do something that did feel productive while the world was still opening back up. So it gave me structure and it gave me an opportunity to network and learn more while people were still learning to be comfortable like in the world again.
Yeah, that's like a little good head start, kind of like. Yeah, no, seriously, I low-key wish I did that, to be honest, because it's like one of my good friends, he did like occupational therapy, so he took his like, I guess, what is it called again? What's the one after bachelor's? Master's program, and he was telling me how like it was actually like perfect timing because it was around the COVID area too.
Yeah.
And you can kind of like have a little bit more time, and things are slower a little bit because like people aren't outside doing their thing, you know, so you kind of can focus more on the work, even though like, you know, that was just that in itself is its own chapter. That was a crazy time. That's when I started traveling a little bit more, actually. Fucking to Indonesia, family stuff. Shout out to the family stuff, you know. But man, that's so unique. And London, how was the vibe then when you?
It's my favorite place in this world.
Oh my God.
I studied abroad in London in undergrad as well, which was how I knew that I loved it. And I had done a semester, and I was like, I want to be there longer. And to this day, like if the right opportunity presented itself, I would go back.
Well, take me with you. I miss London too, to be honest. London's.
I love it.
I love the tube.
I love the
You
tube.
know?
I love the buses. I love how walkable it is.
Oh
like,
Yes. I was literally using that backpack, I remember.
Mhm.
I love the travels, the bookstores.
The bookstores are
They're
great.
so cute, the aesthetic, you know.
Yeah. the
I wish
parks.
I had pounds though, because using dollars makes me cry. Because they slash a little bit off. I'm like,
Yeah, it is painful.
they're like, yeah, just 5 pounds. I'm like, so like $7.
Yeah, yeah, that does hurt.
It hurts a little bit. I'm not gonna lie to you.
It
Shout out
hurts,
to
but
Leonard.
it's worth it because it's so lovely.
I know. Well, hopefully we'll get a trip there. That'll be fun. I'd love to go to London. You did a symposium.
Oh my God, I can't believe you found that.
Maxey, how do you say Maxey?
I think Maxie. Yeah.
Maxey Symposium, selected researcher. Oh my goodness. What is this about?
So that's an interesting story. When I was in college, I took a class around like reading youth literature, essentially like YA
Yeah.
stuff. And I just became, through the class, we talked a lot about adolescence and like what it meant and as a concept, like when it came about and all this stuff. And I just got really, really fascinated by it. And at my undergrad, I went to the University of Pittsburgh, and at Pitt, they had, in the honors college, they had essentially a research fellowship that you could apply to. And if you got in, you essentially got a semester of like, if you needed funding, you got a certain amount of funding, but you also got a little bit of direction around
that's
your
awesome.
research.
Yeah.
And you could research whatever you wanted. With that said, you had to, when you applied, you had to say what you're going to research. And I had gotten so fascinated by adolescence, I was like, I want to research adolescence. And so I did a whole semester of researching adolescence in media. Like I was looking at the portrayals of it in media.
Fascinating.
So I looked at movies, TV, novels, all of that.
All of that, yeah.
And just got like really interested in it. And my mentor in college was like, just so you know, because he knew that I was doing this research, even though I started doing it before he became my mentor. It just came up in conversation, I guess, but he knew about it, and he was like, there's this research symposium that's starting, and you might want to apply. It's a really cool opportunity. And I was like, yeah.
Let's do it, yeah.
Well, actually, sorry, that's a lie. At first I was like, this is really interesting. And then I was like, I'm not gonna get in. Like, who cares about my research? It's not like solving any of the world's problems. It was just researching something that I found really fascinating. And I applied and I did get in.
Hey, there we go.
But because of COVID, it was no longer in person. So what I did, so there were two parts to this symposium. There was going to be a presentation. And then if you wanted to, you could write a paper on your research and submit it. And they were going to put together a journal and publish selected papers in that journal. So I was always planning on submitting a paper because writing major, might as well.
True.
I was like, I have the skill set. I had also had to write a bit of a paper for the like research project that I was doing at Pitt. Like that was one of the requirements. And so I like used that as a starting point. Like I wrote totally different papers, but I used some of the examples that I had used as evidence to build my new paper. And so I didn't self-plagiarize, I promise.
Okay, very nice.
Because that is a thing. But I submitted my paper when they were like, we're not doing the symposium anymore. And I was like, this is going to be the only way that anyone sees any of this research. And it got accepted. And so that's what you're talking about.
That's so cool. Shout out to the symposium people out there. It's such a unique word. I only know about it because I was a host of a symposium.
Were you really?
That's what I told you about. They always hook me up. My university, when I think it was 2 years after I graduated, they had an innovative research symposium. And
very cool.
Actually, I use it on one of my hosting reels, actually. I wore like, the suit, tie, all that stuff. They have like the teleprompter. I gotta show you later. It's kind of cool. It's on my casting networks. You can find it there. And it's just me reading this stuff like, hello, Fairfield family, la la la, research of this, and this. And I was like, hey, thanks for giving me the opportunity. It's helped me get some stuff. So
Yeah.
that's the only way I know about symposium. What does symposium mean exactly? To be honest, I don't know.
I mean, I think it depends on the context, but in the context of what I was supposed to do, it was kind of a conference almost, where like we were gonna go, and people could listen to other people present their research, and you would present your own research, and they were gonna do it in like time blocks or something. And then there was gonna be like a couple social events, and they also were gonna have like a keynote speaker, which was very exciting. And it was supposed to be, this is terrible, I can't remember his name, but the author of All the Light We Cannot See was going to be the speaker, the keynote speaker that year. And then obviously, because it didn't happen, they didn't speak. But I was like really excited about that too. And yeah, so it would have been really cool, and it was still really cool, but I was excited to get to like listen to other people's presentations, and I didn't get to do that part, so that was a little bit of a bummer, but it was still a really cool experience.
Wow, that's so unique. This girl, she does it all. I swear to God.
It comes down, again, I'm a nerd.
Yeah, it's just a lot of yeses, you know? Just like when you said yes to working in Panera. Wow, Panera. Panera girly, I see you. What's your favorite menu item?
So since then, I've developed a bunch of food sensitivities. I can't eat at Panera anymore, which is sad. But I used to love it was a seasonal, they had like an autumn squash soup.
I love squash, honestly.
That was my favorite.
Oh,
That was my favorite. I would eat it like every season when it was out, which is awesome because it would always come out at the same time as my birthday, so I could have it around my birthday, which is like amazing.
a great gift. You're like, yeah.
But I think it has like dairy in it, so I can't eat it anymore, which is a real bummer. But at the time, it was great, and I still have those memories.
Shout out to Panera. Look at that. Sponsor the Patty Show, another P. I haven't been to Panera in ages, actually. I don't even know what I ordered there.
I passed one the other day, actually.
They still have them, huh?
Yeah.
Wow. There was one near my university that I used to remember.
Yeah, there was one at like right off campus at Pitt, which
That's
is
so
awesome.
weird. Do they do that on purpose? Like they know college
Probably,
kids
'cause it's
want.
affordable for college kids in large part.
That's true.
So, like,
The bread bowls were kind of unique, I'd say.
yeah.
I feel like it's a little too much though, because that bread is just too big. Like I'm like, I'm good. Like a couple bites.
The only difficulty is like that's not really something that does well as a leftover.
Oh yeah, because it goes.
And I love leftover.
For real.
Like if I'm going out to eat, I want it to be 2 meals because then
So like, you might
it's
as
just
well.
like more fun.
Yeah, bring your Tupperware so you're ready. You know what I'm saying? There, I like that. Now I mean the Japanese restaurant I used to work at, it's like everyone knew it's gonna be leftovers. You know, like the hibachi stuff. The portions were massive.
Exactly. It's great.
So you might as well just bring your own Tupperware.
Yeah,
Save
the
the planet right there. Oh my God. What did you do at Panera though? Were you like front of the house?
I
Like,
was like a server essentially. Yeah.
okay, look at
It
you.
was a summer job. Yeah.
Oh my God, that's so funny. Look at you, service industry. I recommend everyone.
I've had a few of them. Yeah.
Hey, hustle out there. It teaches you a lot to, stay humble, be good to people,
Teaches you people skills for sure.
and a lot of empathy too, because it's tough out there. I mean,
Yeah.
people don't realize, like, I get it, like we all have our bad days, but don't put it out on your server, y'all. Okay?
Yeah. I will say, as a server, it's a real skill to just like let it go.
Yeah.
Just like they might be having a bad day, and it has nothing to do with me. It's okay. Like,
It's hard though. I'm not gonna lie
but
to you.
it's hard. Sometimes when
Hard.
someone's like really not nice to you, it does make you feel not great.
Yeah.
But you learn more for storytelling now. Hey, like
Hey,
let's give
that's
you a
right.
character study.
I know that's right. Honestly,
Truly.
yeah, I have a lot of fun experiences. Like, cause when I first moved here, I worked at a Mexican restaurant, make some extra money, and
Yeah.
I have so many great stories with all my friends. One of my boys, James Stancio, he's on the podcast too. Music guy, maestro. I think he was like my assistant manager. But it's also nice having a good team in that, cause you literally, sounds cheesy, you learn about teamwork.
Oh, and
working
the
in the
people you
restaurant.
work with makes a bigger difference than what you're doing the majority of the time.
I agree. You could be like folding napkins or whatever, but you could also be laughing with the
Yeah.
buddies in the back and just like
Absolutely.
talking about random stuff in life. And if you have a good shift, I think the best is whenever you're like scheduled with someone like you really.
You're like best friends.
Yeah, your besties with your work bestie.
Work bestie, yeah.
Fly by, like me and my boy James. Shout out my boy James. I miss you, bro. We just started dancing to the music because it's in Culver City. I don't know if you've been to Loki.
Yes.
Oh yeah.
It's really good.
Yeah, it's really good actually. Legitimate, I love them. I love all the people in Loki. There's a lot of new locations actually, but they're like, like their vibe is more like upscale Mexican restaurant vibes, more richer clientele, let's say. But they play that music that's like, I don't know, not techno. I can't even describe. It's like the.
I don't know. I'm terrible at knowing what genre things are.
Something like that, but. Sometimes when like the big boss comes in and he's just see me and James vibe it out, they're like, "Good job, guys. You're getting more of the customers to come in." I'm like, "Thanks, boss."
It's important. You need to have good vibes.
Exactly. Where's the raise? For real though. But yeah, you did so much. You also were a summer intern for American Charities.
Oh yeah, that was brief. I essentially was doing like editing and copywriting for them.
You do a lot. Subject.com.
Yeah, I was associate producer.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah.
Can you be producer of the Patty Show, please? We need somebody. Oh.
I haven't ever done a podcast, but why not?
I appreciate you.
Learn by doing.
Of course, but you do have a production company, though. I can't believe we finally talked about. We had so much that we're talking about.
Yeah.
Pink Tax Productions. Oh my goodness! First of all, more flowers again to all the work y'all did. The show I got to see was. Let me just say, wild. I don't even know how I could put things into a sentence to describe it. Bloody Mary Live.
Yeah.
I think that's the title gives it away. The performer, she was amazing, by the way. It was very like an immersive experience too. I was pretty close to it, and then just like her talking to everybody. So much kudos because improv is probably the hardest. Like.
Improv's hard, and you have to like be so present to do it. And you also like when you're doing crowd work, which that show has, like
a lot of crowd work.
You're working with people who aren't necessarily actors, and so like they don't know the rules of improv, and so you have to be able to just roll with the punches. So like I have massive respect for Olivia, who
Shout out Olivia.
Show it was, Olivia Miller. She wrote and created that show, and the whole show is amazing, but she's so good at crowd work. Her skill there alone is so incredible.
Yeah, she just made it work, and like you said, with the audience not knowing, even though like they want to play around with it, it's like you never know what they're gonna say.
No, there's no way to know.
It could be out of pocket, to be honest. Yeah. And sometimes I don't think they said anything out of pocket. I can't remember.
No, there were like a couple times where it was like people wouldn't actually answer the question. And it would be so good at redirecting.
That's it.
That's it. But it was also like really funny because it's such a human thing that when someone's put on the spot, even if they volunteer, like sometimes their own brain short circuits and they like don't know what to do anymore. And so when you're the performer, you have to be the one that can like keep your cool and roll with the punches and
the flow going,
redirect. And she's so good at that. And it was so fun to watch her every night do it because like every time she would do the crowd work,
it's completely different.
Even though like I'm the producer, I know how the show is gonna go. Technically, like I don't know what's gonna happen to the crowd work. So like even though I knew the show, I got to have a new experience every night too, which was so fun.
Yeah, that must have been stressful though. To be honest with you, I can't imagine you dealing with this is going crazy right now. What do we do? How do you, I guess, manage all the different stress while the show is happening? Because maybe something crazy comes out of nowhere.
The stress was never about the performance itself. Like I never worried about Olivia, who plays Bloody Mary. She is so present and is so like with it that there was no stress there, which is great.
Less work for me,
Could have gone a different way.
Yeah.
The stress comes with like, honestly, like, here's hoping a light doesn't fall from the rafters, which like doesn't generally happen, but like you never know, right?
Yeah, of course.
Like, just hoping there are no technical difficulties, hoping there's no like weird reverb on the mic, like hoping the light cues and the sound cues all are correct. And because when you're in our situation, like we were working with people who had like learned the light cues and the sound cues like night of, essentially, just by nature of the space that we rented and everything. And they're professionals and they know what they're doing, and they're very adaptable. It's just that if you don't know it by rote and it's not muscle memory, like, things are more likely to possibly go awry. And again, like, I had full faith that Olivia could handle it. But you never know. We had fog machines.
Yeah. Oh my God, you're right. You're right.
Fog machines are finicky. It's so hard. And like, I've worked with fog machines a couple times. Like, there are a couple things that happen with fog machines. One being, like, it's actually not easy to control the amount of fog. It's like on or off to an extent.
And also, air just moves, you know, like
air moves. Like,
yeah.
you want to, like, timing the fog is a real thing. Like, if the AC is on versus the AC isn't on, like, it's gonna affect like how quickly it
flow
like,
and everything
blows out. And then on top of that, like, fog machines have a weird smell. I like, they look really cool, but when you're the one like in the fog, they smell weird.
It's a little
so,
musty.
like,
Yeah.
like, you gotta hope it doesn't like hit you the wrong way if you're like coughing or anything like that. So it was those elements that you'd be like a little nervous about and like kind of on the edge of your seat, but at the same time, I did have trust, and so it wasn't like, once we were there and once it was happening, like, I wasn't as stressed. There's always like stress leading up to something because you love it and you believe in it and you want it to do well, and so you're putting in a lot of work. And on top of that, like, you know, my production company is the thing that I do to fulfill me, but it's not my full-time job. So anytime I'm working on a project for that, it's on top of my full-time job, and like carving the time out to do that is amazing and worth it. But still, like, even though I love it, it's still work. Like, I don't want to romanticize it.
Yeah.
And so there is some stress that comes with that, because they were nice when we were like having a production meeting until like 9 p.m. and I was like, I have to be up tomorrow morning to work, and I haven't finished like packing my lunch and, you know, like all this stuff. So, you know, it would sometimes mean like a little less sleep and
making the sacrifices a little bit. Yeah.
And for me, it's 1,000% worth it, because I love producing, I love performing, I love writing. Like, all of that is worth it to me. And on top of that, I have producing partners who are two of my best friends and just like an absolute joy to work with. So I'm more than willing to make those sacrifices. But yeah, there's some stress that comes with it.
Of course, yeah. Shout out to the Pink Tax production peeps out there.
Our group chat, I don't think they'll mind, is Pink Tax peeps. So.
Oh my God. Well, you know, we love our alliteration on the Patty Show. So
We do.
That's palm tree approved right there. Palm. There's so many keywords right there.
Yeah, so many.
How did you all meet, by the way? How did you guys get that? What's the origin story exactly? Because it's kind of fascinating.
So we started when I was in grad school. I met one of the people in grad school, and it was us working on it, and so it was just two of us who were doing it, and then my producing partners, they're married. And so at the time,
Our couple.
Yeah, they were still dating. They were both in entertainment, and like both amazing actors. And when they were no longer long distance and they were living together finally in LA, we just started having more conversations like as the three of us, and it just became a natural thing to become a trio. And so we all started working that way, and it's great because not only do I have great business partners, but they're two of like my favorite people who I love to hang out with and who I'm like genuinely really good friends with. And it makes it great because it's kind of a double in terms of like, I have these two really great friends who are a couple, but I'm also friends with them like separate of each other, and I met, you know, one because of the other, and so it's just I'm very fortunate that I have them in my life. And
I love that. I love that. You know, they say a trio is always nice. You know, the Friedbergs and the trio. It's always trios are always nice.
3 is a magic number. Ask Schoolhouse Rock.
That's very much true. Confirmed again. Wow, look at the trio. Well, everything's confirmed. It's fact checked. Everything. You don't gotta fact check anything. You know, news nowadays doesn't get fact checked anyways. But that's the T right there. That is the T. Oh my goodness. But yeah, I love your mission though. By the way, Pink Tax Productions, the comedic lens, using the comedic lens to like tell the stories is That's what we need more in the life. Like I talk about the news a lot, but it's true. There's a lot of crappy stuff out there, guys. I'm sure you have seen, but it's good to have that like positive stuff where it's like you can laugh about it. You can talk about like serious topics and like blend it in there without it just being like straight up. This is dark and demented,
Right.
you know.
And I think there's room for all of it. I think drama is definitely amazing and worthwhile. I think that as a society, we do often undervalue comedy to an extent, but I think, and the conversation we have in a lot of our meetings is like, what is a really important subject to us that we want to make palatable
Oh,
so that we can affect change and we can make people's days. And like, our mission is to do some form of good, whether that be purely entertaining people or whether that be like starting a conversation about something. But I think you're way more likely to get people to even consider a topic and to be more open-minded if you can get them to laugh. Because also, if you just think about like your body, like when you're laughing, you aren't as tense.
yeah.
So like you are physically more open as well to things, and so that we do our best, even if something that we're writing is technically a drama. Like there has to be something that makes someone laugh.
Yes, I agree. Just like in fitness, you can laugh with your personal trainer.
You have
And-
to.
and-
It's now required.
Now it's requirement. If your personal trainer doesn't make you laugh, they're not the one. You know, just go to Patty. You know, that's what it,
Make you laugh.
yes, and torture you at the same time. So that's a good combination right there. Any new project for Pink Tax Productions? I did see there was some like festival stuff you guys were promoting. Yeah.
We're in some festivals for a short film that we produced, and the show that you came to watch, we did a live taping. So we're working on editing that
Oh my God,
together
I'm so
to
excited to
hopefully
see.
submit to maybe some festivals.
Yes.
And then, we started talking and brainstorming about what we might work on next and what we might write. And so there's always
There's movement.
multiple things in the works at like multiple
Gotcha,
different
gotcha.
stages
I'm
at all
excited.
times.
Yeah.
But yeah, we're chugging along and having a good time doing it.
I love that movement. Where can they find Pink Tax Productions? What's the website? Is it?
It's pinktaxproductions.com, I believe. And we also have an Instagram, pinktaxprod.
Pink Tax Prod.
Yeah, so we're searchable. You can find us.
Yes, it's just a unique name too. I love it.
Thank you. It's a
Pink
little tongue in
Tax.
cheek.
Pink Tax. Tell me what's the tongue
You
in
know
cheek?
what pink tax is?
No.
So the pink tax is essentially things that are marketed toward women or made for women tend to be marked up. So like things as essential as like pads and tampons or like period essentials have an extra tax on them,
Oh wow. Okay.
even though they're like necessities.
Very much so. Yes.
In this day and age,
Yes.
they're necessities. But then also if you look at things as simple as like a razor that's marketed to a man versus a razor that's marketed to a woman, the razor marketed to a woman is actually marked up in price. And that's what a pink
What?
tax is.
Oh my
Since we
God.
focus on women's stories, we are a
That is,
pink tax.
that's clever,
production.
genius, and it makes a lot of sense why my mom used to get mad with the razors.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
it's quite frustrating.
Yeah, that's terrible. Oh my God, yeah. Now you're taking me flashback because I used to help my mom with some of her shaving on her legs. Love you, mom. Love you, mom. Oh, thank you, thank you. Oh, yes, traumatizing days. But yeah, she was like, I don't know why it's more expensive than like my dad would just have this, and the razor for my dad would be like some other, like more. It's just so weird. Like
Yeah.
that's crazy. Love that clever little word choice over there. Okay, let's make John see.
I actually didn't come up with the name. I can't
Oh.
take credit for that, but I do love it.
Oh, shout out
We
to
love
them.
that name.
Oh,
Yeah,
man.
one of our friends was like, we could call it Pink Tax Productions, and she was kind of kidding, and I was like, no, that's the name. That's it. You've gotten it. And so that was
Beautiful. Shout out to
Yeah.
that. Onto the, what I'm saying, more blessings to you guys, and you balance that with your work as a what is your position now? Actually,
I'm chief of staff.
chief of staff. Okay, chief of staff. I'm so proud of you.
Thank you.
Looks like that's a lot of busy work. I don't know what that means. What does a daily schedule look like for a chief of staff, actually.
It depends on the company that you're at. For me, this is a new role, so I'm still kind of settling in. But it's a lot of like operations work. So it's figuring out like what's working and how do you build on that, and then it's figuring out what can we improve upon to make operations run more smoothly and more efficiently.
I'll let you staff. I'm sorry, boss.
So
Sorry, boss.
like right now I'm leading a project where we were transitioning from one piece of software to another, and so I did like a lot of data migration for the team because I was the person who could dedicate the time to it, because it's an IT company that I work for, and they provide a lot of like really important services, especially in large part to healthcare companies. So I work for a company called One Above Tech. It's amazing. And part of the business is also like health tech IT is what it's called.
That's so cool.
Yeah. And so because of the nature of it though, like people have to be available pretty much at all times because they're providing crucial support to facilities that like they don't have a time when they're technically off. And so as chief of staff, like I was doing a lot of that data migration because everyone else was absolutely essential to keep doing their normal activities. So there's that. And then there's, like also just like having an idea of like what's happening in the company so that I can make sure that, anytime something comes up, I can work with the CEO and kind of try to be his right hand so that, because he's got so many plates in the air, like just figuring out, is there a plate that I can catch maybe here and there and take it off of his plate and just help out that way. So it's a lot of just like pivoting and doing what's needed from me at whatever time. And just like, it's operations really is what it is, but it does heavily depend on the company for sure.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah.
Well, I'm so proud of you. She does it all, I swear. And that's all the passion, because she does that while doing the pink tax production and the everything. Oh my goodness. It's so cool to see the overlap though, because you're like finding the different connections with your like 9-to-5 job, whatever, and then it connects to like the producing role where you also have to, plug holes sometimes.
Yeah.
Like stay level headed while everybody's like scrambling and all that.
No,
so
they're definitely related in a lot of ways.
that's amazing right there. Speaking of passion, let's finally talk about our talking points. We kind of went everywhere.
I've been a chatty Cathy today.
No, this is good. You're taking all the good energy. We love it. We love it. I knew it was gonna be a fun episode. First talking point on passion, okay? Cultivating magnetic energy, like the energy we had today. So much fun. When did you first become more intentional about your energy?
I would say, pardon me, is like high school, but for sure in college, because I was doing so much, I had to be really intentional about what I was willing to put energy into and what I was spending time on.
Yeah. I mean, you talked about it with like the social life stuff, right? Like I'm willing to sacrifice some of this for that.
Yeah. So like I had friends who were really supportive of me, and I sought that out, but I had friends who were really supportive of me who understood that like I was super down to hang out and would drop everything if something was wrong and they needed me. But if it was just going to a party on a Friday night and I had play rehearsal was going to take precedent. And then we could hang out after the party or something, or we'd hang out like Saturday during the day. So like I would make time for them, but the party itself wasn't the thing that I personally cared about. And like, yeah, I'd go to a party sometimes because they wanted me to go, not because I really liked it. But like, because it's not my.
Yeah. No, I get you.
But I totally understand it being fun for other people. It's just like not my version of fun. But I also like, I had a core group of friends. I wasn't overextending myself socially because I did want to do well in my classes. And so I also had friends who had that desire, like who would respect if I was like, I need to stay in and do an assignment. They would never be like, oh, you party pooper. They'd be like, okay, thanks.
See, that's what you need. You need people that root for you too and make it easier, because if you have it where they're like, oh my God, oh shit, Nikki's she's just being like that because she's too good for us, whatever. And then there's drama in the friend group, and then friendship breakups.
I don't have the energy for drama. Like truly, it's not in me. And so I learned really quickly how to navigate spotting that, and was like, I'm good.
Cut it off.
Like no
Yeah.
hard feelings, but I'm good.
Yeah.
Because I'm spending so much energy on other things.
Yeah.
I don't need to spend energy on
No,
that,
seriously,
you know?
and that's a key thing for anything in life, whether you're in school, whether you're like working, whether you're working out, you know, if it drains your energy too much, cut it off.
No, but that's a good point, right? Like that's the other thing that I will say you're really good at is if I come in one day and I say I'm exhausted, like I really didn't sleep well. You're like, okay. And so you still challenge me, but you challenge me at the level that I'm at that day. You don't give me, if I'm on like 5 hours of sleep, you give me a workout that feels equally challenging to what you would give me if I had gotten 8 hours of sleep, but they're actually at different levels. You're not giving me the exact same workout you would have given me at 8 hours of sleep because that'll burn me out and I'm not going to keep up with that. So that is a thing with exercise. Like, and I think another thing that you do promote that I believe in is like the exercise should energize you and should fuel you. If you are exhausted after it,
There's something wrong.
you've like pushed yourself a little too hard, and you maybe want to pull back a little bit, because that also means you're probably more prone to injuring yourself. But also, like, it should be something that's making you feel better,
No, absolutely.
like physically and mentally.
I swear, she's just, I didn't give her a script, guys. Like, I'm just like mesmerized. Like, I'm so glad that you're
lead
taking
by
the link.
example.
Thank you. I appreciate that. No, everything she said, I 100% agree. I don't want to repeat it. But going back to that whole energy thing, that's super important for a lot of things. You have to, obviously, like, pushing is one thing because that's how you grow. You can't grow if it's the same thing over and over. If we did the same
Right.
variation of starfish crunch every time, you guys wouldn't get that strong. You know? So sometimes I have to put a little extra.
It's like, it's discomfort versus like danger.
Nice.
Like discomfort
Yes,
is
yes,
okay.
yes.
Danger
Is when-
that's too much. So like you have to figure out the difference between it, which maybe those are extreme ways of phrasing it,
Yeah.
but like it's socially, like, and professionally, like, all of these things, if you overdo it and you push yourself too hard, that's what leads to burnout.
Yeah. Burnout is a real thing.
Burnout's real, and I've had it multiple times.
Hey,
Like
me too.
I am an absolute hypocrite right now because I have not mastered it, but I do know that just because you can push yourself to do something doesn't mean that it's actually the right time to push yourself to that point.
Man, look at that. Oh man, like I said, I'll pay you later. You are too good at this, I swear. Woo, too much heat. Okay, second talking point on pleasure, okay, y'all? What feeling good on purpose. Well, perfect. Look at that. What brings you instant energetic pleasure? Is it a ritual, an outfit, or a song?
Okay, it's a few things.
Okay, tell me.
One is talking to like one of my best friends, especially one in particular. She's one of those people who I can do absolutely nothing with, and I'm just like soothed by having her
That's
near
so
me.
amazing.
It's really special, but also it's rejuvenating because of that, because I don't have to be on. So it's like, it's her, and also I would say like my sister, like being with my sister, hanging out with my sister, if we're like in the car, like singing along to music, blasting music, like that makes me really, really happy. And I love that. And then I love like cooking and baking for other people is really fun for me.
Which also another shout out. Thanks so much shout. You remember the little dessert you gave me
Yeah,
randomly?
right.
Oh,
I think pumpkin bread.
so guys, shout out. That was so good. I had the best workout after that too. I'm not
I'm
gonna, but it felt so good on my stomach too. I felt like so much lighter too. Because if I just ate like a Panera pumpkin bread or something, or sorry, Panera, sponsor the Patty Show, please, please. We love your desserts and all that stuff. But like I felt so, and it was so good. I was like,
It's heavy on the pumpkin, which has like a lot of vitamins.
oh, pumpkins are the best. I love.
Great. I love pumpkin.
Yeah.
It's like very basic of me, but I love pumpkin. Like I love.
Pumpkin's so good, and it's so like voluminous. It keeps you so full and satiated. Oh my God, pumpkins with Patty. Another.
To do it.
We'll do a cooking
Do a
show here.
pumpkin patch with Patty.
Pumpkin patch with Patty. Well, you know, October is coming sooner than we think.
Ish, yeah.
Ish, kind of. I feel like it's so fast now. Mid-March.
This year is like moving.
It's insane. So shout out to all those rituals and everything, all the pumpkins and the good vibes. Our final talking point on positivity. Okay. resetting your aura. What do you do when your energy feels off? When you feel burnt out?
This is boring. I try to be by myself. Like for me, because I'm so introverted, if something feels off, it probably means that I've extroverted too much and I like need to recharge. So it's either like truly being by myself and like reading or watching TV, something where in order to keep up, I have to be focused on the other, like a story generally, because if I'm not paying attention to that, then I have a million things running through my mind. But if I'm only paying attention to one thing, it takes less energy than trying to keep track of like a million things in my head, and or doing nothing with my sister or my best friend. It's like a similar thing because I don't have to talk to them. Like I can just be with them. And so I don't feel isolated, but I do feel like I'm getting that like quiet time to recharge.
I mean, that's applause. Your recognition of your energy is just amazing. Like I said, like
Thank you.
this is just too much fun, and I have a little surprise because I actually finally have my business cards for yes.
I want one.
Yes, I'm part of her Fleet Street. So, if everyone knows, this was actually just a promo for my personal training.
I love it.
Yes, my cousin helped me out. Shout out to my cousin.
These are so
Yeah,
good.
isn't
I
it
love
cool?
the colors.
Yes,
I love the
thanks.
textures.
Patty stepped into fitness. Yeah.
You did everything.
At Patty Settiati Fitness, TikTok, Instagram, all that stuff. The QR code actually leads to like a form if you're looking for in-person training in LA.
Double-sided.
Yeah, double-sided.
Gonna-
Online. Thank you, my model over here.
This is
Online,
awesome.
hybrid,
I love this.
all that stuff.
I'm gonna
so
frame
glad.
this.
You're the best. Well, you did the best promotion part. This whole episode, I'm not gonna lie, I was like, I didn't expect all this. I'm the one blushing.
You deserve it.
Well, I just got my flowers, man. Before this, I literally was like, don't worry, you're gonna blush a little bit. And now I'm like, I'm the one blushing, guys. So what's next for you? What's our next fitness adventure and advice for fitness and advice for people in the future? I know there's a lot of questions back to back, but yeah, what's next for you first? I guess. Yeah.
What's next for me? I guess keep chugging along with this new job. I adore my new coworkers. I really appreciate my new boss. He's awesome. So that, and then keep working on Pink Tax. And then personally, one of my best friends from college is pregnant, so I'm gonna be an auntie soon. Thank you. So I'm really excited about that.
It's amazing.
Yeah, that's a really cool and fun development for me. And then she does all the work, and then I just get like a cute bundle of joy.
Yeah, that's missing.
Yeah, it's like perfect. And then fitness-wise, just keep getting stronger. Keep working on this injury. I'm determined to be healed and have full range of motion again. But yeah, just keep getting stronger. Keep exercising to be strong and mobile for the long term, as well as just keep my mental health good and healthy. You know, be able to have a good memory and retain information
and do amazing
right
things.
after exercise, because your memory is better then, and all that stuff.
I love that. I'm so grateful for you. Where can we find you again on Instagram? It's
Pink Tax Pro.
okay, and I think the website is pinktaxproductions.com.
It's pinktaxproductions.com. Yeah, that's pretty much where you can find. I'm not really super active on social media otherwise, but I guess Nicole Friedberg, you can, or maybe it's Nicole Friedberg 17. I don't even know my own like Insta. That's how much I.
LOL, that's so funny.
But if you Google me, you can probably find it. Yeah, so that's where you can find me.
Super excited for all this stuff. We're so grateful. You know, on the Patty Show, we usually end with a bow and an arigato at the end.
Okay.
You guys can find us at Patty Show Podcast, you know, TikTok, Instagram, Facebook, all that good stuff. There's going to be another Friedberg coming to the show eventually on her busy schedule. We miss you, girl. We miss you.
Boss lady.
We're so proud of you. So proud of you. PattySettiati.com/podcast. PattySettiati.com/fitness. You know, you can check that one out. And pattyshow.podbean.com. Whew, there's a lot of stuff. We're so grateful. Thank you again.
Thank you for having me.
On 3, whenever you're ready, we'll do the bow.
Ready.
1, 2, 3. Arigato. Thank you, everybody. Woo-hoo.
Thanks for joining me on this episode of The Patty Show. I hope you had as much fun as I did exploring the crossing point of the 3 Ps: passion, pleasure, and positivity. If you want to keep the Patty Party going, follow us on Instagram, TikTok, YouTube, and all social platforms at Patty Show Podcast. Share this episode and leave a positive review. PattySettiati.com/podcast, as well as pattyshow.podbean.com have got more of your Patty Show needs. In the meantime, keep passionately pursuing your personal paradise. Arigato.